Kia ora e te whānau. This book was brought to me by Koa. Now, this series is absolutely fantastic. I've been onto it for a few years now. Little People, Big Dreams. This book is about Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. It's written by Maria Isabel Sanchez Vegara. It's illustrated by Lirios, and I hope you enjoy it as much as Koa and I do. Little People, Big Dreams, Dwayne Johnson. Once a little boy named Dwayne was born into a family of wrestlers. His grandmother was a wrestling promoter, and both his father and grandfather were famous champions. Still, he dreamt of becoming a hero in his own way. Dwayne grew up wrestling with his father and working out next to his beefy buddies, but being the son of a wrestler meant he never stayed in one place for long. Every time the family settled somewhere and Dwayne made friends, it was time to move on again. He was a teen when his family lost almost everything they had. Dwayne felt hopeless and alone. The only thing he could control was his body, so he pushed himself to get fitter and stronger. He won a scholarship to play American football at university and even made it to the Canadian Professional League. But after 2 months, Dwayne was cut from the team. Suddenly, he was back at his parents' house with just a few dollars in his pocket. He fell into a depression, an illness that made him very sad. The day he dared to ask for help, he realized that strong guys are not those with the biggest biceps, but those brave enough to accept their own weakness and open up to others. Maybe his football career was over, yet Dwayne was ready to keep working hard. If he couldn't be a footballer, he would be the greatest performer on a stage that felt like home to him, the wrestling ring. All he had to do was practice day and night. The day he stepped out from behind the curtain as Rocky Maivia, the first third-generation wrestler of the WWE, Dwayne looked like a star, but somehow the fans couldn't care less. Soon, they were booing him even when he was winning a match. Dwayne learned that winning in the ring didn't make a wrestler great. What really mattered was thrilling the audience. He needed to look inside himself and find a true hero who could hook the fans. And he did. Rock. As The Rock, Dwayne became the wrestling legend he had longed to be. The people's champ. He won many titles, but it was his magnetic personality that captured the fans' hearts. Soon, even Hollywood was knocking at his door. He was offered the role of an evil Egyptian mummy in a film that was an instant blockbuster, yet Dwayne didn't want to play the nasty dude, but the fearless guy ready to save the world with his big muscles and an even bigger heart. Whether he played an anti-poaching ranger, a secret agent, or a rescue pilot, Dwayne had one single rule. There was no place for sad endings in his films. He wanted everyone to have the feeling that good always wins. Besides being the best paid actor ever, Dwayne became a proud father and the co-founder of an entertainment company called $7. Yet, he never stopped being a humble guy, ready to inspire others with his enthusiasm. And despite his fame, he still puts in the hard work, waking up before sunrise to train and plan his day. Because there will always be more dreams for little Dwayne to achieve, as long as he keeps being the most powerful thing he can be, himself. Dwayne Johnson, born in 1972. The photo of him as a footballer in 1994. Here's when he came out. Here he is as The Rock in 2018, and here he is in 2021. Dwayne Douglas Johnson was born in California, USA, to a family of wrestlers. His father, Rocky Solman Johnson, and grandfather, Peter Maivia, were both professionals in the business. As a kid, Dwayne would spend time on the road with his parents, accompanying them to wrestling matches. After school, he earned a full scholarship from the University of Miami to play American football, and after graduating, he signed with the Calgary Stampeders as a linebacker. But injuries led to him being cut from the team just 2 months into the season, and his football career came to an abrupt end. Dwayne decided to follow in his family's footsteps and made a name for himself as a professional wrestler. He pushed himself with a grueling training schedule, and soon Dwayne made his WWE World Wrestling Entertainment debut as Rocky Maivia, a name that paid tribute to his father and grandfather. At first, he wasn't popular with fans, but after he changed his style and began to call himself The Rock, he became a hit with the audience, and his life was transformed. Dwayne won 17 WWE titles across his career and became known as the People's Champion. His career in Hollywood exploded after he was asked to star in his own film, The Scorpion King. Since then, he has appeared in many much-loved films and TV shows, including Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, Moana, and many more. A groundbreaking athlete and cinema superstar, Dwayne's life shows us that with talent, hard work, and determination, no dream is impossible to reach. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Thank you, Koa. Ngā mihi nui. Ka kite whānau.